other person,
Talking
your goal,
there you go.
Your goal becomes theirs.
Your goal becomes theirs.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. I like
ride the wave.
I like that.
Your goals become theirs, and what happens is they lose. They don't have nothing of their own. What they want to do, and vice versa.
All right, so what if that person is okay with saying, I don't really want to do anything, but I'll support you?
Well, that's a big problem
Why?
because that will be talked about on a lot of case. It's called Miss
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's called, you can't. That's just like a woman having, coming to a man. You don't have nothing in you. You got to have some drive.
Okay.
I ain't necessarily to say they didn't have nothing. I'm saying, what if they saying, I'm okay with not doing nothing, I'll support you?
That can't be accepted.
Okay, because I'm going to say this, right? I know a couple. The man is a business owner.
Okay.
His wife was doing her own thing. Then she was like, you know what? What I'm doing, I don't really want to do it. I decide to help my husband run his business. So
Okay.
she put
Ain't nothing wrong with that yet.
So she stopped. And now she worked and she worked from home, but the business is and they had got burnt by a couple of family members.
Right.
So she stepped in and fulfilled that role. Now the business is a lot more stable. So I'm saying well, you said that ain't nothing wrong with that yet. What you mean?
Well, it's gonna be a time when it's always a pinnacle of things that will transpire. So she's focusing on still something that from the jump, even though two heads is better than one anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If we sit down and I got my idea, okay, this is what they call my idea. It's cool. That was just one idea. His idea, that's just two guys with great ideas. Now when I add you, now this is called a mastermind.
Mm-hmm.
You got that third person, okay? So that's a mastermind idea. So the same thing. Two people join us. So it's supposed to, prosper, but it becomes a point I don't want to do this because it's not mine. It's not my dream.
Mm-hmm.
This is not my focus. I want to do something. You have artists all the time. They be like, they'll join somebody who like DJ Khaled.
Mm-hmm.
I seen Ace Hood the other day on the Breakfast Club. He was saying why he left DJ Khaled. They put out a lot of hits, but he was like, I was smothered by DJ Khaled. I couldn't be a free artist of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say something different.
Mm-hmm.
He rode the wave, made the money, made the hits, but he was like, man, I got so much else to say.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing can happen.
But I think that's when you just give your all to something. Mm-hmm. Now, I think, like I always say, the conversation need to be taking place when this person say, I'm going to give this up to support you, but this is what I want to do too. So I think the communication still got to stay there.
No, it got to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of different in nature than what you initially said.
How?
Because the reason he answered like that was because you said if the other person said, oh, I don't want to do nothing, I'm going to focus on you or do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
See, now that's different.
Mm-hmm.
That works for what he's saying because now you're presenting the fact that she's saying, I want to support you, but I do have something else I want to do, but we're going to focus on yours. See, that's different. See, your mindset's different.
The difference is, yes, because of what he said about the Ace Hood thing. He was like, he was good with Khaled, but he was smothered by him.
Right.
That's why I said the conversation needs to take place if she said, yeah, I want to support you, but this is what I want to do.
Okay.
Now, I know initially, because you think I be backpedaling, but I know what I be talking about. So,
yeah.
No, I be on point. You just got to keep up. You got to pick up what I'm putting down.
Okay, well.
But do you think that you says Miss I really would like to know more about that, though. Tune
in to Alonzo Brasi real soon. But no, Miss just a little brief that like,
Educate
and
us.
it could be a Mr.
Okay,
It could be a Mr. Also.
Educate
That
us.
mean someone who don't have nothing in them. When I say nothing in them, it's like same thing we're talking about. You have to have something that you want to do, your goals, your aspirations, you the better you. What we're talking about, if Miss is not motivated, is not inspired to be her best, how can you, or vice versa, how can y'all be the best together?
That makes sense.
See, if you have somebody say somebody that just I don't know, some people are what they call an early bird.
Yeah.
Early bird, and then you get up, you accomplish things. You know what I'm saying? You get things moving. It's like, and that person, they ain't really that get it person like that. It's like that can kind of bring your morale down.
You don't understand.
If
you don't understand.
Understand what?
If you don't understand that person's strengths and weakness.
Okay.
Because like me, all right, I'm going to take you home, right? I am not a get it done person right then and there.
Okay.
Now, my wife, she think about stuff weeks ahead of time. Now, I'm slow when it comes to this stuff. She be like, we need to do this. Now, she's saying this so I can pick it up subconsciously, right?
Okay.
But me, I'm not picking it up.
But watch this. Good. I like the way you're diving. Stay right there.
All right.
Stay right. I'm finna come on the diving board with you.
All right.
You ever seen the movie Ray?
Yeah.
Okay. And the manager that took over when he turned down the lights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ray asked him in the office, why did you do that?
Because it needed to be done.
It needed to be done. See? That's not me. She ain't got nothing there. She got something that she noticed what you needed.
Right. I know, but you said that if you early bird person and the person don't have and they not an early bird, you said that could kind of bring your morale down. And I said if you don't know their strengths and weaknesses.
She noticed
mine.
She knows your strength and weakness.
Right. But
Okay.
we talk about the person who looking at the other person that's saying they bringing my morale down because they not up like me.
Okay.
So instead of your morale getting down, you got to look at that person and say, what are their strengths and weaknesses?
Communication. But it doesn't always happen, as we covered.
We always say that, but we always say the communication.
The answer is not always communication.
The answer definitely is
No,
always communication.
because-
Always.
The definitely is.
Really X.
I'm sorry.
Really
This
X.
time
Yeah.
I'm going to
Really
have
X.
to do
The
this
answer
to you
is always communication.
because
Okay. Communicate.
Yeah.
And still nothing gets done.
Okay.
I ain't say that.
I see what he's doing. 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 What he's trying to say is the answer is not always solved by communication. That's what he's trying to do.
Yes, it is.
That's what he's trying to do.
Yes, it is.
No. Listen.
It is?
Listen. What he's doing. I'm back with you.
Go ahead.
I'm on your side again.
Go ahead.
I see what he's doing. He's saying the answer is not always solved by communication. He said we always like to say communication gonna solve everything. He's saying, remember what he said anyway, the one who's the early bird feel like their morale's down. So the early bird done communicated with the one that's not an early bird. Oh no, I need this. Early bird ready to go. Hey, I'm trying to tell you I'm ready to go. Not that. Because the early bird feel I got to cut the loose baggage. I got to go. He feel boosted around because I can communicate to you all day.
No, that's not communicating. That's telling you something.
How?
That's saying, listen, I got to get up. I got to, just like my wife. She would tell me weeks ahead of time.
Different.
I need to do this, but I'm not picking it up.
That's different.
How is it different?
Because the early bird needs to go now.
The early bird could go. That's why.
And when the early bird's outside the door, morale's down. Gosh, I don't have my partner with you.
Because you don't know their strengths and weaknesses.
Your wife knows your strength, and that's completely different because all she knows.
If you're a procrastinator in that,
she didn't always know my strengths though.
But she had to learn it.
Communication. That's
not communication. That's observing.
No.
She's observing.
No,
she's
listen.
observing you.
See, no. Okay, but see, I'm coming from that perspective of a marriage. But
okay.
But even still, if I remove myself from marriage and talk about just work,
All
right?
Let's see what you do.
I've learned people's strengths and weaknesses.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you communicate with him?
Yes, I did. You can't.
Did it work?
How many? Not all the time. Because listen.
Is that what he's trying to say? That's what he's trying to say. That's what he's trying to say.
Okay. But
That's what he's trying
watch
to
this. You said communication won't work, right? But
No, I ain't saying it won't work.
You said don't fix it all the time. But watch this, because that's what he's saying. But when I figured out it wouldn't work, guess what I did? Plug that person with somebody who I did know could work with him.
That's the true fact. He did that.
Did I not?
He did.
And that's still figuring out a solution.
What percentage was that?
I can say
that turned out.
I can say that. Well, it's not that many cases that happened to me, but for every case that it do happen, I pair them up with somebody. Y'all seen it? You haven't seen it?
I'm not gonna lie. I seen it.
So that's still, to me, it's still communication. My communication with that person don't work. I know their strengths and weaknesses still though. So for me, in order to keep myself focused, I have to remove that person, but I know how to remove that person in a way that is still beneficial to me, that I'm not affected.
Okay.
So I think you could be your best self in any situation. That's just me.
Okay, you're right. That's you. That is you. So let me ask you this question. Let's ask you, Kruger, with the C, the question. Are you your best self with or without?
With or without.
Do you feel that you were your best self alone or with somebody?
It varies. And I really honestly can't answer that question and give you a straight answer, but I would say it varies because, all right, like right now, we talked about my new addition to my family.
Yeah.
Me and my wife been together 24 hours a day for almost, a week and something?
Right.
Guess what?
Right.
I have to get out.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
I have to leave because we've been around each other too much.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? So even though I love her, I got to go. You got to go. So you know what I'm saying? You go in the front, we have to be away from each other.
Right.
And it is just nature. That's just how I feel, so I don't know if I answered the question. Did I answer the question?
You backslide.
How? I want to answer the question. I told you I stand 10 toes down.
And he's doing the limbo.
Give me the question again. Let me answer it.
And then I'll make it easier for you. Right now, today, at this point in your life, are you a better person alone or together?
That's an unfair question.
That's unfair. Okay.
That's an unfair question for this man.
Yeah, because I would still say it varies. Yeah.
Oh.
Because I still take my time to be by myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, like you talking about physically or mentally or emotionally? Because I got to think about all of this stuff.
That got to be all tied together because.
So now he doesn't know the topic.
No. See, because
just watch this. Like, okay, like now let's talk physically, right?
Mm-hmm.
You trying to tone up,
Mm-hmm.
but you got the other one, I want Burger King. I want this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's like now that's throwing you off of your
path.
I've been there though. I've been there. At a point to where either me or her was trying to do something. Now I messed up because I got her pregnant.
Pretty Ricky, what they call him.
Pretty Ricky, what they call it. Now, but it has been a time to where I was doing my thing because I had a goal in mind. But yeah, they would still eat, but the focus was, see, it's different for me, I guess, because I got somebody who's looking out. The difference was, we're going to eat this, but we're not going to eat it in here. We'll eat before we come home.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Or when we cook, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm finna cook this now, so you got what you got to eat because we eating this.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a respect thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
and it can turn the other ways, like you eating poorly, and the other one encourage you to eat better.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So